Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, my YouTube family, whenever you're watching this video. First, let me thank my subscribers. I appreciate you for being here with me. Many of you have been with me from the start of my content creator career, so to speak. And so I really do appreciate you for sticking it out with me through my father's passing, his illness, and then his passing, and me trying to go through that. And then the other little things that were coming up after that, you've still been with me. You're still praying for me, and I thank you. For my new subscribers, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, and I thank you. Hopefully, you will find something, I guess, entertaining, enlightening, that will keep you here with me on my channel. Thank you to my new subscribers. I welcome you, and I pray that you will find something, again, enjoyable or enlightening regarding my commentary. So let me get right into this one. I'm going to do, it's like a clarify, and I'm going to respond to a comment that was left on my last video. First, I was trying to avoid, because see, I know how things can get started within the beef sector within this area of YouTube. And so my thing is, and my thing will always be, to try to not bring that spirit to my channel or to others or to YouTube. And so I know how people can take things and flip it and flop it and do things to make beef. So in this instance, I'm going to be very explanatory about what I said in my last video. And it's not to cause any kind of problems or to place me inside of a beef. That's not my desire. And eventually you guys will find out that really isn't my desire, to bring chaos or to bring discord or anything like that. If anything, I want to bring clarity to anything that I said or possibly anything that I heard or my perception of it. One thing I'm finding out with YouTube, well, in this area, because I don't know if I've watched a lot of videos cooking and other things, but in this area, we don't listen to listen. We listen to respond. And when we do that, we miss the key words or the key factors in what someone is saying. So I don't listen to automatically have a response, but I listen so I can get an understanding of what's being presented to me. One thing that came to me, and even though I was told I don't mention her name, I'm going to mention her name. Dovie was saying that I said I didn't know her, and I don't. So how could I speak on something? Let me put it this way. I know only the person that you present to me on YouTube, just like you know only the person that I present to you on YouTube. In my case, and anybody who knows me, anybody that you see, you ask about me who may know me, they will tell you, if they watch my videos, this is really who I am. There's no variation to my personality or my character or anything. This is honestly who I am, who you see on YouTube. So I don't have a persona for YouTube, a persona for job, a persona for friends, a persona for enemies. I'm just simply me, 24/7, and that's enough for me to have to deal with. But anyway, let me go back to the reason why I did the previous video. The reason why I did that is because, like I said, I was watching Lovely Love's panel, because now when she ain't going off on nobody, Lovely Love really is funny. And she really is funny. And so there are times I watch her when she's not really going in or going off on anybody or anything like that within the sector, where she's just having a regular conversation. And I enjoy those times, when she has those conversations. So this is one of those evenings where she was just having a conversation. It was generalized topics, and the people were there. It was just nice. People were laughing and having fun and joking. And it was just nice to have that atmosphere, with all the chaos and stuff that's going on. And so when Dovie came in the chat, Dovie asked, drop the link. And so that's what Lovely did. She dropped the link so Dovie can come up on the panel. So I'm going to give it to you exactly as I saw it, because I'm not trying to come at anybody. I was told I'm reaching. No, I'm not reaching for anything. I'm not looking for clout. Again, I keep telling you guys that. The last video, the only reason why I put Lady Nika and Miss Blessed name in the actual title, I knew it would bring people to me, but I knew it would get to them. And I wanted them to see the video. That's the only reason. But when Dovey came on to the panel, she said hello. And the first thing she said was, Lady Nika and Miss Bless over there, talking about you or were talking about you. And at that moment, I thought, why would you? That's the thing I was questioning, Dovie. Why would you come over there in an atmosphere where it's calm, it's enjoyable, everybody's laughing, they're joking, the atmosphere is great and positive, to bring this at this point? And of course, Lovely going to know, well, what, what? And she said it again. They were over there talking about you and talking about your cooking. And so automatically there was a shifting within the atmosphere. There was a shifting within the conversation and the shifting in the attitude. And then, of course, Lovely got upset because at that point, then, Dovey, again, and you said I mentioned your name. I'm only mentioning your name because it was you who did it. And I just didn't understand why you did it or what was the purpose for you doing that at that particular time when everything was going good and sweet and positive and nothing was on a negative note. So when you did that, that's when everything turned and Lovely got upset. Like anybody in the beefs, anybody in the world would get upset when they find out somebody is talking about them, especially possibly in a negative way, whatever, or their name was brought up in a conversation, period, whatever the content was. But she got upset, and when she got upset, of course, at that point she began to do, the beefing thing, her beefing thing going off and all of that, which I understood, but I just couldn't understand why would you come up on a panel or on a platform to cause confusion. You had to have known that saying that to her at that time or any time possibly would anger her and cause everything to go downhill. That's what I was referring to, Dovey, when I was saying that. I wasn't talking about them bullying anybody or anything like that. And I didn't say you shared videos about VS. See, that's what I'm saying. People look at videos or listen to videos, but they don't really hear what's going on. And automatically, when something comes up, either a defense mechanism comes up or something comes up to say, well, I heard my name. It doesn't matter what they said. It's just this is just fight to fight, 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 fight. And so that's what I was saying. That's what actually happened. And Lovely doesn't, for the most part, I don't think she deletes or privated her videos. If I could find it, I would, so I can let you guys see it or hear it. But in my mind, it was like Dovey was just giving Lady Nika this poem that she wrote just for her. So I couldn't understand you showing her love and showing her support, and then writing a poem about her or regarding her to encourage her, um, to show that your support for her, but then go over to Lovely's channel just to bring about confusion to her and blessed, because I'm not really sure what they said about Lovely's cooking. I wasn't there, so I don't know the gist of that part. But and then Dovey, you told her this is the timestamp you can go to listen to the video, and that's when Lovely went to look at the video to hear what Lady Nanika and supposedly Miss Bless said about her and her cooking. So I don't know. So my whole thing was, why even bring it up? And that was the gist of my last video. Why bring discord when it doesn't have to be? Why come into a setting where you can see the people are enjoying and laughing and definitely tell some corny jokes, but most of the time they're really funny. So why not come in and bring that energy? Does that make sense? Bring that part of you to the platform so people can continue in that, I hate to use the word, joyous and happy momentum and positive momentum that was going on. Why come and bring negative? That's all I was asking. I'm not going to get into a beef with people. I'm not going to get in here and go ranting and raving because, and I don't want people to think I'm the religious uh, voice of this sector. I'm not. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I cannot help that for whatever reason God has me in this area with YouTube. I've asked and asked and asked and I've prayed and I still don't have an answer, because in my mind and the things that I see or how the beef sector work, I'm like a fish out of water, so to speak. Um, I don't fit. And I won't be able to, if that's my true desire and true yearning is to grow and be a big YouTuber or whatever, this is not the area for me to do it because I'm out of place in so many ways. I don't fit in. So I ask myself that, but I'm not the spiritual advisor of anything of YouTube. I'm not the I've said this in other videos, and I'm going to always say it. I'm not the anything religious of YouTube, especially if it comes to a title. How God deals with me is just how God deals with me. And like I told you, out of everybody that I know and everybody that I've come in contact with, the most important relationship that I have is because it's God. I have my issues when you say in the name of Jesus and all that, and I think I've touched on it on another video, but I'll go deep into that later. But my loyalty and my devotion, even in the beef sector, my job, my personal walk, my walk of life, is always to God because I know, or the universe, because I know when things were the way they were with me and the things I was going through and all this, and I didn't have anybody to talk to. I probably could, but I'm one of those persons, like I said, who's introverted, and I don't want things that I say to you if something happens to us, which I see on YouTube a lot too. If I share some things with you, especially things that have hurt me or pained me in my life, or things that brought me to a very low in my life, for you to come back because I'll say fall out, you give it all up. No. So, and that's happened in my real life. So I just don't talk to people about personal things. And again, like I said before, I'm not sure why people come to me with their personal stuff. Uh, but I've never discussed anybody's personal issues with anybody, even when we fell out in my real life or they did something to me. Do you know how many people have actually done things against me and I had to shut my mouth because I was being obedient to what I was led by the universe or the spirit? Don't say nothing. And I couldn't. And it almost beat me to the ground because I couldn't tell, not tell the truth, but I couldn't clarify, or I could not defend myself to a point. But there was a lesson to be learned, not only for me, but the person who was telling the lie, or the person who was trying to defame or destroy me. See, well, there were lessons going both ways, so there was nothing I could say. Eventually, I was exonerated, so to speak, and victory was mine. But I had to go through the process of getting to that place. And there were things I had to learn about myself in getting there that I didn't know about myself, my strengths, my weaknesses, those button touchers, those things, my triggers, those things I learned during that process. So for me, everything that concerns me, or everything that concerns or deals with life for me, there's a process. My thing is understanding the process and getting through the process. And not me getting through it quickly, because no matter what I do, that process still has to go the way it's been ordained to go, if that makes sense. So Dovie, I wasn't reaching for you or coming for you for anything, cloud, or trying to defame you or anything like that. It was a genuine concern because, like I said, the platform and the thing was just nice. And, Lovely was having a good time because she had been feeling kind of bad about some things. And she was just having a good time. And she was just thankful she was able to laugh and thanking people for being there to support her and lift her up. So, you know, to get her out of her, out of her down feeling at that moment. But then when you came and said, Lady Nika and Miss Bless were talking about her negatively and then talking about her cooking, that shifted everything. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But you were on Lady Nika's thing, reading a poem that you wrote specifically for her. So I couldn't bring those two correlations together. And that's what prompted my video yesterday or last night, whenever I did it. Why do we do that? Why can't we just enjoy the moment and come in and add something to the moment that's positive, or that's enjoyable, or that's laughable? You see what I'm saying? Everything doesn't have to be MF this, be this, be this, be this, and everything doesn't have to be built on a negative keel. It just doesn't, especially when you're in an environment in a world right now where everything is negative. There are very few positives that you can really speak on, or that you will find is going on right now. We were hit with the pandemic, and then many of us were hit with the ice storms and ice and snow. Many of us was hit without power. People died, because they didn't have heat and all this other type of stuff. So it's a lot of stuff that goes on that doesn't have to be built upon. If we could just take a break from it and spread just a little bit of light somewhere, so we can have a little bit of laughter. See, for me, when I first ended up in the beef sector, that's what it was. It was just laughter. For me, it was, initially. And it was like a break from the life, so to speak. And it was just something that brought you just laugh at things people say, how they say it, initially. So that was my whole reason for doing the video. I couldn't understand why, if this person that you like, so to speak, and you support, and that you would take the time out to do a poem specifically for her to welcome her back. Well, when she did her reveal, even though she had done a reveal earlier, but on the particular party that she had that night, and then go to somebody else and down her, so to speak, or to cause a conflict between her and this other person. Lovely. I couldn't see that. And it's not a matter of me shading anybody or a matter, it's the truth. I couldn't understand why would you do that if you and honestly, if you like both of them, why would you do it? That was the only thing I was asking, and the only thing I was bringing up. Uh, for clarity on my part. I mean, you don't have to explain yourself anything like that. And no, I only know the Dovie that has presented herself on YouTube. I only know the content creators and even some of the subscribers. I only know the personality and the character of that individual based on what they've shown on YouTube. So in essence, I do know part of you because I don't care what anybody tells me. I think a lot of things that we say or how we present ourselves here is partially, it is who we are. Sometimes it may be a little bit of stretch, but not that much of of a stretch. And we have just come to the point, because of the pandemic, because of things, and because of the frustrations that we're dealing with or going through, the true essence and the true nature of who we are comes through, or is coming through. So that is a part of who you are to a point. It's a part of who I am. Of who I am, what I give you here, how you see me, what you see about me, what I tell you about me. That it comes from a place of truth, because that's really who I am. I can't fool anybody or even fool myself. Do you know you can become so engulfed with a character that you actually become that character without any kind of fault of your own, but because you've been that way for so long, that spirit becomes in you, and then you become what you say you're not, or what you proclaim that you're not. This is just a character. You really do. I mean, you really do. Even actors and actresses will tell you, um, they those that do it so hard that they go in and study, and they transform their life into the character, and they walk on the character and talk on the character. And some of them say, "Do you know how hard it was for me to come home sometimes, or when I needed to get out of character? How hard for me it was to separate the character I was playing from my natural self, because I became so engulfed in the character." And some of even Denzel said, I think when he did Malcolm X, he said he scared it. It scared him because it's just in essence the spirit of Malcolm X became alive in him, and so he walked and talked Malcolm X. But even, when Malcolm was a hardcore Muslim, he said it scared him because the beliefs and all that, he engulfed all of that. And he could, when he was practicing or something, he could see himself. And when he would talk and speak, he could see the rage in him. And it frightened him. So even if it's a character that you play on YouTube, or as an actor or actress, whatever, that person also becomes a part of who you are naturally. And they become attached. And then it comes to a point where you're not actually walking so much in who you truly are, but the character that you have created. And then it becomes naturally a part of your actual essence, because now that part, that character is in your spirit. And especially if you're on YouTube almost 24/7, you're always in character until it no longer becomes a character. It's who you really are. So I didn't say that to attack Dovey, or if I come and see something or speak on something, it's not an attack. Most of the time, it's to understand. I look ragged. Y'all say I look ragged. I don't care. The water's not running, so I can't wash clothes. Um, and I can't do my beard. Yes, corny. I can't. It's hard to. You see, I'm not looking at myself in the camera because it's just hard for me to. Even though people say you look so distinguished and handsome and this, it's like if y'all only knew how hard it is for me to deal with this salt and pepper on my face. But that was the purpose of the video, to help me understand why would you come on a platform that everybody's having a good time and everything is going great and everybody's enjoying it and laughing and Even the jokes were not dirt up rough. They were nice, and everybody was just enjoying each other's company. But why would you come in the process of that to destroy all that or to bring it to a darker level? That's all I was asking. And that's what I saw. And that's why I did the video. And that's why um, I said your name, because you were the person who had done that. Again, nothing against you. I was just wondering why would you do that, or why anybody would do that? Show support and love for one person, then go to the person's enemy, and I hate to use that word, but go to the person's camp where they're not kosher with each other, and bring even and cause more division. I'm not asking anybody to go heal friendships or heal relationships on YouTube. I'm just trying to figure out why befriend people and stab all the people in the back in the process. That's what I'm asking. And that's just truth. That's just truth. So that's the reason why I did the video, and so I'm responding basically to Dovie. I'm not reaching for her. I'm not trying to grasp her or expose or grow any kind of channel off her or defame. I've said nothing disrespectful to her. I've not cursed her. I have the utmost respect for her. All of you guys, I have the utmost respect for you, regardless of what you say and what you do. You're still a human being, so I respect you for in that aspect. I didn't come to defame her character. I came to ask her, or to ask you guys to understand why people do that. I just wanted to know why. And there's just something that's missing in me or avoiding the person that I have to come and start trouble or start mess. Is it because it's the beef sector and it's supposed to be mess? Or is it because I really don't like the person that I support, but I like this other person that don't like them, and I'm gonna give them what is it, ammunition to fight with them? And that's what I'm saying. The whole purpose was to cause a division, discord, and chaos and confusion. And my thing was, why? If you like this person, why would you go to a person who they don't really get along, to bring about negative, to cause the dissension to be even greater and deeper? That was my only my only thing. So I hope you guys who watch this understand that. I'm not the only one who probably doesn't understand a whole lot that goes on in the world and YouTube in the beef sector. But I'm probably one who wants to ask why, who wants to get a better understanding as to why. What's the cause? What's the true purpose of it? You know? And it would be nice if people would just tell the truth. You know? It would be nice, just tell the truth. You all say nobody can hurt you, nobody can do anything to you, you can't roll up on me and all this other stuff and blah 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 blah. So why not be open and honest about it? You don't like me, you don't like me. I could respect you deeply and greatly if you don't like me. You know? Just tell me. And then, like I said, if it's some people I don't like, I don't go to their channel. I don't go. And I think a lot of people do need a channel. Because where you go, you pop up and bring all this mess. And well, if the mess is going on, it's understandable because it's beefing. But if it's not the mess, don't come in and bring something that will cause mess in an otherwise light, wonderful, happy situation. Okay? So that's all I was saying. It's nothing trying to attack anybody. That's not my character. And if you watch me long enough, if you watch my past videos or something, you will see it's not my character. Neither is it my purpose to come here and bring any type of discord or anything like that. It's not for me to come up here on the auspices of being a pastor, a minister, a deacon, a brother, evangelist, anything like that. It's that's far from where my desire is or where my thoughts are. But in my case, my content is giving you my perception of what I see and what I hear. How I am, partially, I can't help that because that's who I am. That's ingrained in me. And I will always make reference to the one that's higher than me because there's somebody I have to answer to. Even when my parents were here, I answered to them, but I still had to answer to God. And so I can't get on your panel over here and just give you all these scriptures and preach all this stuff and all this greatness about honesty and living right and holiness. And then I go to somebody else's channel and I'm over there, so and so said so and so about you. They just said so and so, so and so, so. That's a double standard. And I'll say this again. God said, I prefer to you to be hot or cold. That's why I don't worry about people talking about me or attacking me, coming against me. Somebody asked about my email. I usually put my email address in my description thing at the bottom because they say, well, how are people emailing you? I never see your email. Well, it's in the description box below. Normally, if I think about it, I'll put my email there. And so I get a lot of attack emails. I don't come on here cussing people out, calling people out. I don't do that. There's nothing wrong with it if you enjoy that. Let me say that again. You know, because sometimes some of y'all go in hard, and sometimes it's funny because you think about how did they come up with that? You know, with that saying or whatever. My hands are getting tired. I gotta get a laptop or something since I'm gonna do videos and do them that way with a little camera attached to it, so I don't have to hold my phone when I'm doing it. My iPad has too much stuff on it, so I can't do it. And I don't want to delete anything or try to back it up. So, but that was the purpose of the video. It wasn't to attack anybody. It wasn't to attack Dovie or anything like that. What I know of Dovie as far as what I've seen and what she's presented on YouTube, that's Dovie. And like I said, she tell you some crazy jokes and some corny jokes, and they be funny. But I just didn't understand that, you know, because if I like you, love you, respect you, whatever, I'm not going to go somewhere else where there and bring you up to defame you or to talk about you in a negative way to cause discord between you and another content creator. I'm not going to do that when there's bukus of information out there and things that you could talk about without being the one who stir up the dissension. That's all I was saying. Again, thank you guys for watching me. Thank you for listening. Thanks again to my subscribers. Please like the video for me. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to share, thank you guys. I want to say thank you for Tan7J. I finally found somebody's name on my Cash App so I can say thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it greatly. You didn't have to do that. And so I really thank you for that. And those who have Cash Apped me in the past, when my father passed, and I think I got maybe 3 or 4 for my birthday. Thank you. I'm going to have to go back and get your names, but I thank you very much for thinking of me during both of those times of my life. So um, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Remember that I love you, but God loves you so, so, so much more. He really does. You guys be blessed, okay? Bye-bye.